50% of the Tinian public school students who answered the online school feedback survey reported to have been negatively affected by this new way of online learning. And this is a problem because the point of education is to positively impact the lives of students. I have seen and experienced the negative effects of this new way of online learning, as I myself am a junior at Tinian High School. It's because of my experience and hearing the experiences of my peers that I've realized the immediate need for Tinian public school students to go back to 100% face-to-face learning. As the members of the Board of Education, you have the power to advocate for certain issues within the CNMI public school system, and you have the power to aim for Tinian public school students to go back to 100% face-to-face learning. I hope that after listening to my points of reasoning that I'm able to persuade and to convince you that Tinian public school students should go back to 100% face-to-face learning. As of right now, there are currently 0 cases of COVID-19 on the island of Tinian. Within the last 10 months, there was only 1 case, and that was a case of an individual who was not a resident here in the CNMI or a resident of Tinian. So within the last 10 months, there have been 0 community spread cases and 0 community deaths of the coronavirus. Now, to have students go back to classrooms, it was as of September 27, 2020, that the CNMI vulnerability level switched to blue, meaning that students were permitted to go back to school. And so when doing so, they could implement safety measures within the school to reduce the risk of students getting the virus. For example, students could wash their hands before entering classes, make that mandatory, face mask, alcohol-based hand sanitizer, social distancing. All of this could be mandatory to reduce the risk of students getting the virus. Now, there are also problems with online learning. Students have been less motivated to attend classes and to complete assignments specifically because of this new way of online learning. And so within the survey, it was reported that 30% of the students who answered about the new way of online learning, they have been less motivated to complete assignments and to attend classes specifically because of this new way of learning. And so this is basically the reality of it. Students aren't necessarily motivated to complete assignments because they aren't engaging with their peers as much, and usually peer-to-peer motivation is essential for you to feel individually motivated because you have your classmates working with you in an in-person environment. And so seeing your classmates every day acts as motivation to go to school and to complete the same assignments that you guys are all doing together. Without that, students have become less motivated to complete assignments and to attend online class as a whole. Students are also having a hard time grasping the content within this online platform. It was reported that half of the students who answered the survey reported to not being able to fully grasp the content within this new way of learning. And so this is a problem as some students don't have the technology required or necessary to complete the assignments. And so from personal experience, many of my friends have had to get iPads from the school, but the problem is that some of the iPads don't necessarily connect to the Wi-Fi, and all of this factors into the amount of time that they're missing within learning this information because they're in need of help with their technology. Assignments are also assigned after class hours, so many students are unfamiliar with this content because it wasn't taught during the class online, and they aren't necessarily allowed to ask questions during online classes as well. It is also hard to ask for help during the classes because students may not want to public speak in front of their classmates during online class as well. You may be wondering, like, what if Tinian gets the case and what if students end up contracting the virus? Well, I never stated that it was impossible for Tinian to contract the virus, but I did state that safety measures can be implemented within the school system to reduce the risk of students getting the virus. There are already community events happening, like the Liberation Day Parade event, that are other factors that contribute to why people could get the virus. But within the school, they could implement safety measures so that the students reduce the risk of getting the virus at school. You may also state that there is already a developed platform, so it wouldn't be necessary to switch. But the online platform is way less effective than the in-person learning. And since students aren't motivated and can't grasp the content, there needs to be a change made. And I hope that after listening to my points of reasoning, you understand, and I was able to persuade you to have Tinian public school students go back to in-person learning. Thank you.